Hello folks, how's it going? My name's Jimmy Morrow down at Dreadnought Forge. Hope you're well. I thought I'd do a wee video tonight, just having a couple of conversations with some folk, just chatting about a few things, and I thought I'd do a wee video about what we're talking about. Now, what the folk were asking was, what's the best way to take care of your knife once you got it? Hopefully this is a trusted companion, a tool that you use all the time when you're out and about or doing whatever activities that you're using this for, and what's the best way to take care of it? Now, a lot of my pieces, a lot of my work involve natural materials like wood in the scales or leather in the sheath, and these can benefit from basically a bit of some tender loving care every once in a while, especially if you've been out and about and you say you've got soaking or they've got wet and it's normal use. What steps can you take to basically prolong the life of your knife? This custom knife that's built to your specifications, you want it to go on for, it'll last forever, it'll last your lifetime, but if you take care of it. So there's loads of information out there, there's loads of videos of guys talking about this kind of thing, but I thought I would chat about what I do and some of the steps I take to try and make sure that they go out of my workshop in best protected, best suited to basically meet your requirements. But there are some things, over time that you can, to take an evening and just give it a wee bit of attention, say, before you're putting it away. Now, say you have been out and about and you've got a bit of a soaking out over the fields or out in the forest, whatever, and basically before you, well, I would recommend you don't put your knife away wet. Keep it, dry it off. Especially a lot of my knives are carbon steel. I talked about this before. A lot of them are carbon steel, and they don't have the benefit of a particularly resistant rust, resistant corrosion if left moist, if left exposed to moisture a whole lot. Now, I recommend you dry it off as best you can, as soon as you can, and if possible, if you have, say, a wee oily rag in your pack, give it a wipe with oil. Now, long term, say you're coming home and basically you don't expect to be using it for some time, I recommend to people that they would store the blade and the sheath. I'd say store them separately. Follow some of the steps we're going to talk about in a wee minute, but I'd say keep them separate. It's just if the leather, being a natural material, is porous, if it's got any moisture in there at all, it can hold it against the steel if the blade's within stored within this sheath, and if it holds moisture against the steel for a long period of time, that can cause corrosion, it can cause staining, and cause rust. So, number one, if you're going to put it away, keep it out of the sheath. Now, leather in my hand. Let me see. When I'm finishing off a sheath, I do a beeswax. Do a beeswax treatment on it. Now, I've tried it with ordinary beeswax. It doesn't give the results that I want. Now, so I use this wee product, Snow Seal. It's a leather protection product. I think mostly used for snow, ski wear and walking boots and bits and pieces. But I find it's a very good product for what we're looking for. Now, very easy to use. It's very easy to apply, but you need a hair dryer or a heat source, but not not too much, not a big heat gun. You don't want to dry it out totally make it brittle and it'll crack, but you do want to slightly warm it with a hair dryer. It just lets the pores open up in the leather, so it'll absorb as much as this as possible. Now, heat the sheath up, take a soft cloth and just rub some of this into the surface, and you'll see it absorbing into the leather, just kind of sucking it in. This will nourish the leather. The beeswax will give it an element of protection, an element of waterproofness into the leather as well, which is always a benefit. So I recommend that. I use that, but I'm sure there are other materials out there that are similar, and I would consider that a start. Moving on to, well, let me see. Some of my knives got wooden handle scales. This is a Mopain scale, really nice grain. When I'm finishing it off, I will treat it with linseed. I'll give it numerous layers of linseed oil, or perhaps Danish oil as well, and a coating of wax over the top. Now, I recommend doing the same. Just periodically give it a wee layer of just a wee treat, just a wee wipe with, I've got boiled linseed oil. You can get it at any DIY shop, any hardware shop, or I've got Danish oil too. Slightly thinner, but it'll give the same kind of like effect. It gives the same kind of protection. It nourishes the fibers of the wood. It'll protect the wood. It'll stop it drying out. It'll stop it. You know, it'll just give it like prolong its life for a bit longer, which is always, you know, make this tool last as long as we can. Now, wipe it on, let it soak in, let it dry. Now, it's the drying that gives it the protection when with linseed oil. It's that it's exposure to air that will form like a hardened surface on the oil, and that's what we're looking for. That's what the layer protection that we want to take advantage of. Now, when it dries off, just give it a wipe out. Well, again, polish off the residue with the soft cloth, and just set it to one side. It's grand. Again, if you can find this microcrystalline wax, I think there's another brand, Renaissance wax, the same kind of idea. I put some layers of this on top. It's just an attempt to give it another added layer of protection against moisture. And basically, just if you can put a layer of that on top of when you're finished doing the layers of linseed oil, this will only help. The steel itself. Now, we talked earlier on that stainless steel, the difference between stainless steel and carbon steel. Now, stainless steel, it's got properties that will make it resist staining. It'll resist staining and rust for a time, but not forever. Now, carbon steel, we've already talked about. There's many benefits, but one of the drawbacks is it is prone to staining and it is prone to rust. So, like I said before, we're keeping it dry as possible. And if you do come along, if you do take it out of the sheath and you find that there is maybe a couple of wee speckles of rust, wee couple of speckles of stain, the sooner you can find them and deal with them, the better. The better results we'll find. Now, I find, right, when I polish it up, metal polish, auto solid metal polish, other brands are available, I'm sure, but I find this is quite good. Again, just a mild abrasive, and just kind of polish those wee spots out before they've chance to establish and grow larger and basically causes real problems. Treat it, you know, like polish on, polish off. Please be careful with the edge. Anytime I've been cut in the past in the workshop here, it's been basically polishing and working on a sharpened blade, which I don't do very often, but if I have to, this is when I get cut, even how careful I am. But please, you've been told, please be careful on the edge. But metal polish. Now, another wee product I've come across in the past, if you can find it, Flitz rifle gun knife wax. I've got a notion it's something like I've seen similar kind of products for car, you know, exterior bodies. I'm not sure it's the same thing, but this is really good stuff. You actually, once you've applied it to the surface of steel, you actually see water beading on top. So if you can find that, Flitz rifle gun and wax oil, or rifle gun and knife wax, just give it a wee go. I found good results with it in the past. Again, what kind of oil do you use? I saw like another YouTuber do an experiment where you could compare different methods, different oils, different things to stop rust on a blade, and the winner was basically mineral oil. Now, mineral oil sounds fancy. I don't think we can buy it in the UK with just mineral oil on the label, but 3-in-1 oil, something your granddad would use to oil the bicycle chain, you know. It's mineral oil. Really simple, really good. Nice. It's a good thick oil, so it'll give a nice coat on the surface of the blade, and you know, it'll give it that element of protection. It's just keep moisture away from the surface of the steel. Another source of mineral oil, which is it's a bit funny, baby oil. It's the same stuff, but with perfume added. Now, you may laugh. I laughed when I first heard it, but this tip was given to me by someone who is into their practice cutting with like samurai swords. After every cut, they wipe it down with a rag coated with baby oil. Now, I've started using it. I gave it a try in the workshop, and it works fantastic. Now, keep it dry, give it a good oil, and don't let the oil on the wood. That'll stain the wood, it'll creep in the wood, and it'll be unsightly. Up until now, stay tuned. Thanks very much for watching my video all the way through. I'm sure I'll come back soon with another video, maybe about sharpening. Thanks very much, folks. See you later on.